Well, I've always tried making my records. I've always tried to be true to myself no matter what. And really, I guess I'm looking back now, I mean, I was finding myself as a guy and then now as a man and a daddy, lyrically, you know, on the songs and content, but also musically. You know, I've loved all kind of music my whole life, and so I'm kind of been finding what I wanted to have like as one cohesive record, you know, and this record is very introspective, kind of my own self, my own battles, where I'm at in my life, from being a daddy to being an artist. And so to me, this record kind of really personifies who I am. Heck, on top of that, Metallica's 4th album was their first self-titled album. It was their biggest one, so I figured we could try it. It was even a little more painstaking because the songs were more personal, and so then when they are, you want to put more and more and more effort into making them right and making them really connect and making the tracks great. And I really strayed away from tricks and computers, and I wanted it to be guys playing guitars and bass and drums and me singing and sticking to that through the process. So made it more difficult to be able to make a record that's raw but still stand up sonically to all the stuff that's out there. But it was fun, and I think we did it. First one would be probably kind of the song that I wrote that I knew immediately was sort of the foundation of this record. On the last record, I wrote I Don't Dance, and I knew that that was going to be the foundation of the record. Everything else was going to kind of fall into place after that. And so What Keeps You Up at Night is the first track on the record. It kind of lays it all out there. A little bit of pieces, little bits and pieces in that song show up later all over this record. I really just wanted that to be the first thing that people hear. That's definitely a special one. I think the most personal one, obviously, has to be Songs in the Kitchen. The verses are a literal snapshot of myself, my brother, my daddy and mama growing up every Sunday morning at our house and in the car on the way to church. This is what my life looked like. And then the choruses are talking about where I'm at now. I'm on the stage, I'm in the lights, I'm in front of the cameras, and kind of that battle between and what it all means to me, and kind of getting back to songs in the kitchen and not just songs to put out there. So there's a lot of songs on here that I want that are all my babies. I could go on all day about these songs. When I started this record, I found out later I had a big polyp on my voice and I had to go have surgery and all this stuff, but I was singing I had to sing harder. I had to sing kind of more soulful and bluesy just to get anything out. And so from that came these songs that I was writing that were extra soulful. That kind of put me on the path of this raw, soulful record. Well, Rumor is one of those songs. And so I was writing this song just about small town, kind of where I'm from, just about like every small town, how rumor gets around like that. You know, whatever happens Saturday night, everybody's talking about it on Sunday morning. It was kind of the base of the groove for this record. I wanted this record to be groovy, but with drums and bass and cool bass lines. And so it's not some big personal song to me, but it really had a big influence on how the rest of this record turned out. A little extra soulful because I couldn't easily sing it, so I had to stretch for it. I had to really reach, and my voice just wasn't there. So it was kind of funny that after I had the surgery, my voice kind of came back and it was kind of smooth again. So it was difficult to go back and re-sing some of this stuff. I even tried to re-sing some of the stuff, like Rumor, and it wasn't the same. So I had to leave the old vocals that I had on there. So it's kind of cool that a lot of the soul from this record came from this song. You know, it wasn't painful because I had been doing it for so long. I mean, the doctor said I probably had that polyp growing for 7 to 10 years. And I realize now, looking back, that for the last 5 years, I have been struggling. It was a chore to get through a set, you know, and every day I would have this kind of stress, like, man, I feel like I'm gonna have to really struggle tonight to sing. Why isn't my voice? But that was a chapter of my life that kind of created a soulful record, and so I'm kind of thankful for it.